All right, this is the Rapaport Stereo podcast coming live and direct from the Gloom Tomb of Los Angeles, California. I'm in here alone right now. G. Monetti is somewhere in Arizona trying to get as much sun as possible. I don't fuck with the sun. My partner, G. Moody, if you never listened to the Rapaport Stereo podcast, sometimes I talk in shorthand because I assume that everybody has listened to the Rapaport Stereo podcast. My partner, Gerald Moody, G. Moody, G. Monetti. Moody rhymes with duty, in case you haven't figured that out. He will not be joining me on this podcast. I'll be rocking solo. Then I've decided to bring back the young shooter, my man Dean Collins. He's coming in for a short bit, and I'm going to see if he's got his mind right, because I'm pretty sure I suspended that little fuck. And then I got this dude, Mark Feinsand, who I really dig. He's a New York Daily News writer who's been covering the Yankees and, of course, Alex Rodriguez for about 12 years. He's going to come in on the show and break down Alex Rodriguez, what he means to baseball, what he means to Yankees on and off the field, where he stands in terms of being a stick man. He's put in some work. As you may or may not know, he was with Cameron Diaz, Kate Hudson, and a few other name brand chicks, without even mentioning the many, I'm sure, faceless and nameless beautiful women. So we're going to compare Jeter to A-Rod as stickmen. It's the Rapaport Stereo podcast. It does what it does. You know, we do what we do here at the Rapaport Stereo podcast. I was watching some preseason football yesterday. I don't know if anybody knows this, but I have a fantasy football show on Sirius XM, which comes on Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern. That's 3 p.m. Pacific time, in case you can't do the math. It's called You Never Know. For the last 3 weeks we've been doing the show and haven't had shit to talk about. But now football is in preseason form, which is better than nothing. And the other day, it started, finally, preseason football. And I have to tell you that Jimmy Garoppolo, the quarterback who will be substituting for the New England Patriots, looks like shit. Okay, now you might say, oh, Rap, stop hating, leave the Patriots alone, blah, 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 blah. But he looks like shit. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And it makes me happy. It makes me really fucking happy. And it really makes me want to pay attention to the Patriots' first 4 games. And yeah, I'm sure Brady will come back and be great and blah, 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 blah. But there will be 4 weeks of suffering, concern, and loose stools for Patriots fans, those 4 weeks. So if nothing else, I'm sure they'll get back to being great as soon as Brady comes back in there. My prediction is that there will be 1-3. They will be in a hole with Garoppolo leading the charge. And I'm just letting you know, you could say what you want. You could wrap it up in any ribbon that you want. But Jimmy Garoppolo looks inept so far. Yeah, but check out the You Never Know fantasy show on Sirius. I'm enjoying doing it. I love fantasy. I've decided to play in 3 fantasy football leagues. I've only ever played in one at a time, and I've only played it one at a time for 2 seasons. So I've only played in 2 actual fantasy football leagues. Now I'm going to play in 3 during one season. And as I talked about, the Howard Stern Fantasy Football League with those motherfuckers who just want to continue to take me down and try to rob me of my dignity as a fantasy football player. They're trying every single thing they possibly can do to try to make things difficult. But I can't be stopped. Can't stop, won't stop. Shout out to Miley Cyrus. Speaking of football, I've been watching a great documentary series on Netflix called Last Chance U. I'm about halfway through with it. If you like football, you're going to really, really love it. And if you don't like football, you're going to really, really love it. It's not even about football. It's about a university. I can't remember the name. It's a junior college in a place called Scuba, Mississippi. Scuba, Mississippi, which it says the population is only 736 people. I think I have 736 people that live in my apartment building in New York City. No bullshit. I guarantee you there's close to 736 people in my building. If not my building and the building next door have combined 736 people. But I'm enjoying it. It's about these kids, this school, Garrett Blunt, a bunch of successful football players have went there, and they call it Last Chance U because it's like, a lot of these kids have talent. They fucked up for one reason or another, but I'm really digging it. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. If you're waiting endlessly, waiting in vain for football, you'll really dig it. And if you're not a football fan, you'll dig Last Chance U. It's just a really good documentary about the human condition and the human spirit, and it's good. It's compelling. It's entertaining, and it has less to do with football, and it has more to do with these kids and these characters and these teachers in this school that are trying to, save these kids from themselves, basically. These young kids, these young athletes, they are groomed not to give two shits about school. It's an age-old sort of cliche tale now, but that's the way it is. Donald Trump, fuck you. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, Donald Trump. And part of me is like, I'm listening to this fucking guy, and he sounds like a waspy Borscht Belt comedian from the 60s. The Borscht Belt was a series of hotels, the Borscht Belt hotels in New York. That's what the term Borscht Belt. And, they had guys like, Jackie Mason and Woody Allen, and all these comedians would go. And they were 99.9% of them were Jewish, and Trump, listening to him speak, it sounds like that. And sometimes I'm like, Trump is, he's charismatic. He talks a lot of shit, and I recognize a good shit talker because I pride myself on being a good shit talker. Definitely not the best, but I do my thing. And this fucking guy this week, man, has said the amount of, I know he knows he's going to lose, and I. Let me tell you something. The Trump supporters remind me of New England Patriot fans. They just want to turn the other way and act like this isn't happening. It is happening. Okay? It is happening. Accept it. Accept it. Tom Brady is getting suspended, and Donald Trump ain't winning shit. It's so not happening. Okay, he knows it ain't happening. He was speaking the other day after this one thing that has already been talked about, and his energy was low, and he's still talking greasy and talking shit. He knows it's coming to an end. I feel like this motherfucker got into politics and to this presidential race just to boost his brand, the Trump brand, with all his shit that he sells and his hotels and his buildings and the suits and ties that he doesn't make in America, which he claims he wants to make great again. Yet he, sells his suits and his furniture and his truck. What the fuck? Why would anybody want to buy anything that he sells anyway? Look at this motherfucker. Look how he looks. Do you want to dress like Donald Trump? Do you want to look like this motherfucker? I actually had a dream about a week ago that I was in some sort of high-end business meeting, and Donald Trump was there. And during the dream, this is real shit, Donald Trump started having a heart attack. And he was down on the ground, and I was saying to myself, oh shit, Donald Trump is having a heart attack. Call the cops. You got to save him. You got to do something. And I called the cops, and I was like, yo, Donald Trump's having a heart attack. He's right here. And they sent the people over, and I had a choice though. Could I let this fucking guy die? Which of course I never would do that. I don't play around with things like that. This is my dream, by the way. Okay, I don't have to fucking explain my dreams. Okay. I have to make excuses for what's going on in my dream. It's my dream. I'm sharing with you on the I Am Rapaport story. It's my dream on my podcast. So why am I explaining myself? Now I feel bad about my dream about Donald Trump dying in front of me. Anyway, I called the paramedics. They came, and essentially me, Michael Rapaport, I saved Donald Trump's life in my dream. But wait, whoa, Weezy. Whoa, don't be scratching the carpet, my man. Hey, my dog, my man. Please, don't scratch the new carpet. I don't play that shit. What are you doing? Sorry, my dog, Weezy, got a new carpet and he's... Scratch yourself. Don't scratch the carpet. Okay? You want a scratch board? Don't do that. Fucking declaw you. I'm kidding. I post these videos. I'm going to get back to Trump, but I post these videos of this dog up the street. These two dogs, these little motherfuckers. They're like mini pit bulls. They scare the shit out of me and everybody who walks by them because they'll be hiding in the bushes, and then when you walk by the house, they fucking scream and bark like lunatics, and I post these videos. I curse them out. I tell them to go to church and fuck their moms and all this stuff. And now people are getting offended that I'm cursing at dogs that are barking at me. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. People are like, you should give the dog treats. I should give the dog treats. Get the fuck out of here. First of all, it's a video on Instagram. It's fun. Second of all, I'm a dog lover. Okay? If these wild beasts needed help, I'd be the first one to help them. They're videos. Don't take yourself so seriously. I'm bullying the dogs. How the fuck am I bullying the dogs when the dogs are barking and screaming at me when I'm going for a walk with my dog, who's well trained? He's got some sense about him. He ignores these two savages. People, you should bring them treats and be friends with them. Fuck those dogs. I got my own dog to worry about. Breaking my balls about my dog videos on my Instagram, saying I'm bullying the dogs by calling them little cocksuckers, little motherfuckers. Fucking everybody's so I'm a dog lover. Okay, yes, I've said I can't stand cats. I hate them, but I would never hurt a cat. I would never do anything bad to cats. I'd prefer to save a dog over saving a cat. Yes, I don't trust cats, but I'm an animal lover. I'm a people lover. Breaking my balls about my videos. It's a joke. You fuck. But anyway, this thing Trump said, essentially threatening Hillary Clinton with violence, threatening, saying that Hillary Clinton wants to abolish the Second Amendment, and if she gets to pick her judges, she could possibly do it. But the Second Amendment people, they could do something about this. I don't know. He's like, maybe the Second Amendment people, one of them was shooter. I don't know. He's like a fucking borscht belt comedian. How is this fucking guy even running for president? How the fuck is he running for president? Put this fucking guy on a reality show. Put him back on a bad reality show. Let him run his businesses and his hotels. He's dangerous. He's inciting dangerous things within our country. And he's making threats. That's a threat. And then he said, well, he didn't mean it was the second. Bullshit. You know exactly what you meant. You know exactly what you were saying. Donald Trump, you were saying that the Second Amendment people, the gun people, the people who are totally 150% supporting the Second Amendment, the right to, they can do something about it. Like somebody should take her down. And then he's backing away from. And that's why you're a fucking asshole, Donald Trump. Okay, and I know an asshole when I see one. You know how? Takes one to know one, you fuck you. Okay? It fucking takes one to know one. So for I got good hair. You look like shit. You look bloated, and you look like shit. Okay? And you look run down, you fuck. And I'm glad you look run down, and you're going to continue to look run down. Okay? Don't try to say shit and then back up. Stand by what you said. You're a fuck. This is true. You're a fuck. And this is true. Okay? Guy makes me fucking nervous. The dumb fuck of the week is a woman. They haven't been able to catch this woman in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania somewhere. Shout out to the fighting city of Philadelphia. I love that city. Always have. Starting with my love affair with Dr. J, of course, Rocky Balboa, Moses Malone, World Be Free, and the great Allen Iverson. Some girl caught on video wearing actually a nice pair of New Balances, my shoe of choice, New Balance. She was driving her. This is real shit. You got to look it up. Look up crazy bitch driving her car with her feet and texting with two hands. She had no hands on the wheel. This is the dumb fuck of the week. Not to be confused with the sick fuck of the week. Okay, but the dumb fuck of the week. And two, you know, she was videotaped by a couple of people. And then I thought, well, maybe the dumb fuck of the week is should be the person videotaping, but it was two people in the car that videotaped this chick, because I thought, oh, well, you think you're so cool, you're videotaping, but it wasn't that. You get what I'm saying? I just said something, but didn't actually say shit. But you know what I'm saying. So that's our dumb fuck of the week, and we're gonna have a sick fuck of the week. It's a great one, and we'll do that after this. The I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is sponsored by Clear Touch Nails. Radiancy, the makers of Clear Touch, make medical aesthetic devices for the professional industry that treat dermatological conditions. The technology in Clear Touch is LHE, light and heat energy. LHE is a form of phototherapy. Doctors around the world have been using phototherapy to effectively treat nail fungus, toenail fungus, fingernail fungus. It's no laughing matter. There's no fungus shaming here. The current nail fungus treatments are lasers, which means they must drill little holes into the nail, which sounds painful, and I don't want anything to do with it if I, in fact, had nail fungus. And if I did, I wouldn't be ashamed of it. I would be looking to treat it with Clear Touch. Pills, which can cause liver damage. Creams, they don't work. Or nail removal, which is obviously some sort of torture that they used in Vietnam. I don't want my fucking nail removed. I had my nail removed actually when I was about 11. I had two ingrown toenails. I had to get them half removed. I have like straight toenails right now. With any treatment, the nail must grow out to show results. This can take anywhere from 6 to 18 months depending on the person and whether it is a fingernail or a toenail. But at Radiancy, you can see results right away, and they are painless. Go to clearmyfungus.com, www.clearmyfungus.com to purchase this revolutionary technology, or call 800-910-5590. That's 800-910-5590. Get yours today. You know, Dennis Rodman, he just keeps on going. He's so way the fuck out there. I feel bad for Dennis Rodman. He seems like a really lonely, sad, depressed guy, and that also has some sort of lip thing. He needs to be sponsored by a great chapstick, such as Burt's Bees, because he has some of the ashiest, driest lips in the world. His lips look fucked up. Check them out. I've never heard of anybody actually having ashy lips. But he's a first. He's back, in the news. He did something for I don't know what it was, something on Viceland, about how he broke his dick 3 times in his life. He broke his dick 3 times in his life, and every time he broke his dick, it bled. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I've never heard of anybody actually breaking their dick. And I don't know how after breaking your dick one time you would let it happen a second time, let alone a third time. And he goes around talking about blood everywhere. I don't get that. So it was like it broke through the skin. It's not a bone. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Dennis Rodman? What the fuck are you ever talking about? I would love to know if anybody knows of anybody else breaking their dick just one time, let alone 3 times like Dennis Rodman. It's very strange. I don't know what his story is. Yeah, this shit is irony. It's funny. There's a woman. She's a blogger. You know, anybody could fucking blog. You know, some people they blog and they become big time bloggers, become real famous. You know, if you got a way with words and a point of view, that's all it takes. She's a Christian woman in Georgia, and she's a nurse. Sounds like a a regular woman. And she had been blogging about sending her daughter. She had asked the Lord to send her daughter a husband who's godly, kind, a great dad, a good provider, all the things that any daughter, any mother would want for their daughter. But she hadn't blogged and asked in this wish list for things for her daughter, for God to be sending her an African American with dreads named Glen. She got that. Her daughter married a black dude named Glen, who's black, with dreadlocks. And she's all banged up and whacked out of her mind, and now she doesn't know what to do because she's so godly, and apparently Glenn is a great guy, except for he's black and has dreads, and the mom is all fucked up. And of course, she now, she wants prayers and this because, people said, well, if you're so godly, why do you care that Glenn, who's black, has dreads? Why do you care about Glenn, who's black and has dreads? He's a God-fearing man also, and now you're not happy that your daughter married him. This is the type of shit, to me, I think that's awesome. I think that's fucking funny, and I think it's fantastic. So I wanted to give a shout out to Glenn, and the moms, and the daughter that he married. Glenn married this chick. I hope the marriage goes well. I wish you a lot of luck. I just think that's good stuff right there. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
This is the type of shit that I'm so sick of and I'm so concerned with. In Delaware, a girl was beaten to death by other girls in a high school fight. I mean, this is so horrible. Beaten to death, in one of these fights, and all the while it was happening, it's not just, it's not okay to just now, win a fight. You gotta stomp their fucking head into the ground, and the violence that's in young kids, and all the while this is happening, people are videotaping it on their fucking phones. So they could get followers and people and, be on fucking, this blog and that blog and the internet and you dumb fucks. It's so disgusting, these kids, the savagery that's in these kids these days. And a girl doing this to another girl, to beat another person to death, to kick them in their head while she's down. It's not enough to just win a fight. You have to kill the person now. And the judge, in this case, we talk about the no good judge, and the judge ain't shit. This is a good judge because they're going to treat these people like adults. Because where do you go from there? You feel comfortable enough stomping on somebody's head while they're unconscious? Well, then you sort of wrote the rest of your life off. There's no reason for you, whether you're a teenage boy or a teenage girl, there's no other reason for you to be out in the real world ever again. So they're going to treat this girl in Delaware who did this like an adult. And I say good. And I think the people that videotape it, they should be held accountable too, to just stand there. Obviously, they shouldn't go to jail for life, but some they have to figure out some way how that sort of that can't be okay to sit there and watch it and videotape it while this is happening. How can you do that? How can you sit there and watch that? How can you stomach something like that? Fucking crazy, man. Crazy that this happens. Murdered a girl over some bullshit fighting. Terrible. All right, you wanted a sick fuck? I'll give you a sick fuck. Okay? You can't be patient. Everybody's hocking me. Do the sick fuck of the week, Mike. Do the sick fuck of the week, Mike. You want the sick fuck of the week? Here it is. This award is earned, not given. It's called the sick fuck of the week. This guy's really sick. Lock him up. How could you do it? Don't let him out. Damn. You fucked the dog? You what? You fucked the dog? Why would you fuck the dog? Why would you fuck your girlfriend's dog? What? Sick fuck. The sick fuck of the week. It's earned. Earned. Not given. You did what? No. 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 Here we go. I got a double whammy for you here. Okay? A couple in New Mexico. They're a couple. I'm going to explain when I say couple, I'm doing big, huge air quotes. A mother and her fucking son. Mother who's 36 and her son who's 19. She had given her son up for adoption. Okay? When she was young, when she had him, obviously very young. She's 36. She has a 19-year-old son. So I don't know what the fuck she was doing. But you know, she put her son up for adoption. And then she met her son. Okay? And now they've fallen in love and are in a sexual relationship. Okay? So right now, I don't need to explain more, but I will. These two are the sick fucks of the week because that's really sick. That's sick. I know that she didn't raise you, and I'm sure you had a tough life, but now that you know it's your mom, you're not supposed to be fucking your mom, okay? And mom, you're not supposed to be fucking your 19-year-old son. See, when we give out the award, the sick fuck of the week, the award that is earned, not given, these are two people that really earn it. This doesn't make any sense. She's the mother of 9. She has 9 other kids. And now they've fallen in love and they're willing to go to jail, okay, to defend their relationship. So not only will she be abandoning her 9 other kids, she's willing to go to jail to fight for her relationship with her son. Her name is Monica Mares, Mares. Her son is named Caleb. I don't know what the fuck kind of that New Mexico, that Breaking Bad, that Blue, that Walter White that you're on out there, but you need to get your fucking heads together. Okay? They look similar too. They look like mother and son. You know why? They are mother and son. You make a cute couple, you guys look alike. No, this is not a cute couple. That's his mom, he's fucking. So when someone says to Caleb, you motherfucker, don't get offended, Caleb. Don't be offended by this. So these are the sick fucks of the week. You want another one? Oh, yeah? Well, I got another one for you. 2 sick fucks in 1 week isn't enough, is it? No, I got to give you more. Okay? You want more sick fucks. There's a woman, again, I'm sorry to keep reporting this. It's in the South. It's a woman. She has pled guilty to charges that she had sex with a dog. Now, it's one thing if you're a guy to fuck a dog, but for a woman to get fucked by a dog, it's even been more bizarre because I don't even know physically how that happens. You can't have sex with a dog doggy style, can you? I wouldn't know. I've never seen any footage of it, nor will I ever look at NT footage of that. I don't know how this woman, physically, her name is Kimberly Coogan. She was arrested. Okay? She was photographed having sex with the dog. I don't know. Now, I've seen some dogs with some nice set of balls. I've looked at them. I've seen them. There's some dogs, you go to the dog, like that dog's got a nice fucking pair of balls on him. But that's as far as it goes, okay? That's as far as it goes with me, my friend, okay? I see some balls swinging around on some dogs. Nobody can say they haven't noticed it. It's impressive. Some of these fucking dogs, you get a big dog, one of those like, I don't know, ribeyes or I don't know what kind of dogs they are. The big ones. The big ones, the big fucking balls, okay? But this woman, she took it to a whole other level. So that's the third sick fuck of the week, okay? The first one was a 2-for-1, the mother and the son, and then now we have yet another dog fucker. I'm sorry, I hope it isn't redundant that the sick fucks of the week always seem to be either fucking or getting fucked by animals, and I hate to use that kind of language, but this is just what's going on out there. Okay? See, I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. We'll be right back after this little message from Casper Mattress. Casper Mattress, an award-winning sleep company. In fact, it's now the most awarded mattress of the decade. Try a Casper mattress for up to 100 nights, risk-free in your own home. If you don't love it, they will pick it up and refund you everything. Made in America. Mattresses can cost well over $1,500, but at Casper, you could get a twin mattress for just $500. Buying a Casper mattress is completely risk-free. Casper offers free delivery and free returns. Go to Casper.com, www.casper.com/Rapaport. Use the promo code Rapaport, RAPAPORT. You could save $50 towards any mattress. They have sheets, they have pillows, all great quality. All the sheets and the pillows, the pillowcases, they wash fantastically. You could wash them, dry them, and they still look great. Go to Casper.com/Rapaport and save $50. I love this product.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
The Olympics. I don't know. I was so concerned about something happening over there. I'm so glad that there hasn't been any incidents. I love watching these gymnasts. They're incredible. Have I ever told you guys, the listeners, the thousands and thousands and thousands, millions of listeners of the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, that during the 1984 Olympics, I fell in love with Mary Lou Retton? You know that? I loved fucking Mary Lou Retton. I fell in love with her. Literally. I was so fucking nuts over Mary Lou Retton. Here's how fucking nuts I was over Mary Lou Retton. No, it doesn't prove how nuts I was that I had pictures of her on my wall. Okay, I had a little fucking mini shrine to Mary Lou Retton. Not proud of this, but here's how fucking crazy I was. After the Olympics, the gymnasts go on tour. Okay, they go on tour and they they'll go to this city and that city and they'll do little jumps and flips. I was so fucking out of my mind that when the 1984 gymnast group team, I don't know what the fuck they were, came to the Madison Square Garden, I asked my father, who should have said no, you fucking lunatic, should have said absolutely not, got me tickets to go watch the Olympic gymnast featuring Mary Lou Retton. I went by myself. I dressed up. Okay, I put on cologne. I remember doing that, and I went and watched the goddamn match. It wasn't even a match. It wasn't even a tournament. It was a performance. This is how I went by myself. Shameful. Shame. And somehow in my mind, in 1984, I thought that Mary Lou Retton was going to see me while she was doing her flips, ask me to come down out of the crowd and make me her boyfriend. I was 14. Mary Lou was 16. Only you, Mary Lou. I was out of my fucking mind. Sad. So sad. I really thought that was going to happen. It didn't happen. And I'm glad I went through that, and I'm glad that it didn't happen. And I'm glad that I actually did went to Madison Square Garden and watch her perform, because for some reason that was the end of it. I knew that we had no future together. We made eye contact at one point when they let the fans down near the mats. That's a fancy term in gymnastics, mats. They let the fans near the mats. They had security for lunatics like me. I was 14. I was essentially stalking Mary Lou Retton, okay? And we made eye contact. And I think at that moment she knew, I knew that it wasn't going to go any further. But that's my Mary Lou Retton story. It's nothing I'm proud of. I'm really not that proud of it. But I feel like the listeners of the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, who came out in droves to the Platinum Party. Check this out. We had the Platinum Party last week at the Dime in Los Angeles. Thank you for all the people that came out. I hope you had a good time. I know I had a good time. I was so glad to meet everybody. The whole I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast crew. G. Monetti was there. The two best producers in the podcast game, Jordan Winter and my man Miles Davis, who is Oriental, but his name is actually Miles Davis. He was there. Mr. Morris, a handful of Rapapackers were there. I know not everybody can make it, but I'm glad you came, and I hope you had a good time. There was one dude who I met who tried to sneak a picture on the dance floor, and then we didn't get like a confrontation or anything like that, but then I talked to him and I said, yo, everything was cool. And then I can't remember your name. He knows who I'm talking about. Then you you DM'd me. You were all up in my DMs. And then that night I said, yo, it's all good. I was a little uncomfortable with sneaking a picture because every single other person that was there, they were like, yo, Gringo Mandingo, you take a picture? And I was like, fuck yeah, I could take a picture. This is your party. It wasn't my party. It was a party for the fans. It was a platinum party for the fans. That's why we had it, because the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast now is 3 times platinum, and we said we're going to throw a party for the fans, and we said that from 8 to 9, the drinks are on me, the Gringo Mandingo. There was no sponsorship, there was no freebies, there was no giveaways, there was no nothing. This was for the fans, and this one dude, who I want you to continue to be a fan. Then he DM'd me saying he took 2 buses to. I talked to him that night. Now, I know a lot of people were drinking, but yo, you could still be a fan. You're a fan. Ask me to take a flick. Don't be sneaking flicks and and whatever. It wasn't no incident, whatever. But I want my man to. You could come back in the DMs, hit me up. It's all good with me. I said something to you that night. Then I also said, yo, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. And then you DM'd me like you were still mad. If you wanted to take a flick, take a proper flick and then keep it moving. Don't be on some fake TMZ shit with your cell phone, during the party. But continue to be a fan. Hit me up on the DM. I'll even send you a soft-ass I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast t-shirt, the blood red version. All right? I want the fans to continue to be fans, but don't be doing no sneaky shit. It's not cool. That's not what fans do. That's not what podcast hosts do. We keep it funky. We keep it greasy. We're not doing no behind the back photo shit. All right, so in the beginning of the show, I said that the young shooter, my friend Dean Collins, who actually played my son on The War at Home, the now defunct Fox sitcom that we did, who also, we do a lot of funny videos, and he, I think they're funny. I'm trying to get him on the podcast, and he's supposed to be here 25 minutes ago, and the little fuck's not here. So now I'm going to call him on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast and see what he has to say. And first, I'm going to do something that's totally unprecedented, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody. But I'm going to do the first ever, I'm sure this is the first ever, pissing while podcasting. So I really, truly, I don't like to be offensive in any way. Certainly not if I'm offensive, I like to do it on purpose. But I'm actually taking a piss while I podcast. Okay? And what you're hearing is actually me taking a piss. Again, I hope this doesn't offend anybody. It's a first here, and We're the trendsetters. All right, now we're calling Dean Collins.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, motherfucker. Let me tell you something, Dean.
What?
Don't you fucking what me? I told you earlier, I said, we're going to podcast. You were like, cool, bro, I just got to go do some work. Now, I don't know if because you got your little Twitter relationship with Courtney Love, you think you're fucking hot shit or something like that. But, you know, I shouldn't have to wait around for you to be on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. You should be, like, here early and on time. Now, you're not doing a live segment. Okay, we're doing a phone-in. Excuse me?
I can. I said I rep Disney. It shouldn't be too late. Going in at 11:30. That's what I said to you. It ain't that late. It's 8, and I'm done, and I'm fucking ready, bro.
Well, no, there's no ready. What you're getting is a phone-in segment, okay? And I don't like that. I have to harangue you to be on the podcast when it's only beneficial to you. Like the fans are already on the fence with you.
Some of them. I was banned.
Huh? What?
You said I was banned from the whole fucking show after the other night. You said I'm never allowed back, and now you want me back. I mean, you're fucking pulling me in two different directions here.
Don't be a fucking wise ass, okay?
No, that's what I'm fucking telling you, bro. You fucking banned me from this shit, and now you want me back on this shit? Well, what do you want? What do you want?
You little fuck you. You ungrateful, miserable little prick. Let me tell you something. I'm going to break your broken foot, okay? All right, listen, we'll just do this. We're doing a Truey segment, okay? The Truey app, okay? It's something I love. It's a great conversation starter. It's an app. Let me fucking do the thing. It's an app on God damn it, you got me all flustered. The Truey app.
I was just saying, it's a good conversation starter.
Shut the fuck up. True,
okay.
Dean. Tru.
I said okay.
Truey. Trueei. It's True.
No, it's not I, bro. It's Y. Trueey.
I love this app. Listen. If you're in a bar and you're trying to step to a lady, it's a great way to start a conversation. For instance, it asks questions. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. It asks questions.
How often do you use the Truey app,
I use it a lot. You see me using it. It's always great for a conversation, especially when I'm hanging around with somebody like you that I don't really want to talk to in something in a deep way and have me, hocking me and bothering me. Like, for instance, here, I'll pose this question to you. The thing about the Truey app is it poses a question, and then the fans and the users give a little poll. So, for instance, here's a question, Dean. I sleep with socks on.
No, never. It's either nude or just boxers.
Okay, I could go with that. Well, 23% of the people disagree with you, but 77% of the people agree. 77% of the people do not sleep with their socks on. Next question.
And 23% are fucking weirdos.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the winter, sometimes I sleep with some, like, half socks.
I don't give a shit. Turn the fucking heater on or start a fire. Build a fucking fire. Don't be lazy and put your little, I'm just going to sleep in my socks. No, bro, you're creeping everyone out. Yeah, let's move on to the next question.
Okay, I have recently, this is an interesting question. This is a really interesting question considering that I'm doing this. I have recently shit my pants.
Did you write that one, or is this an actual question?
This is an actual question, and I have to plead the fifth on this. I have to actually plead the fifth on this. What's your answer?
Wow. You asked if I shit my pants. Okay. You asked. Hold on. Hey, rapper, hold on. This is my time now. You asked if I shit my pants recently. I just want to know. Are we talking a full log or just a pebble? Because pebbles are very common, I feel like. I've never just had a full-on shitter in my fucking car. I don't know how that happens. But, yeah, a pebble here and there, change your box, just kind of a thing. It's not something I like to publicly talk about. I think you're the type of guy that's that 1% out of the 99 that does go full long shitter in the car.
I'm going to plead the fifth. I use baby wipes.
Okay.
I use baby wipes after I take a shit. Now, I say yes to this. Most of the people, they disagree. 100% of the people disagree. Oh, it's a new question. Okay, no, now it's 92. It's going down. A lot of people actually do use baby wipes after they relieve themselves, and I suggest it. It's a clean, fresh way to clean yourself. Dean, how do you feel on this?
Yeah, I'm just kind of now. I'm just gonna like ask you a question, going off of that question. Is this like a toilet version of Truey? Like
it just happened to be two shit questions. Maybe they knew that I was calling you up, and that's what it was. Okay. Here's the next question.
Okay.
Restaurant gratuity should never be included in the bill.
No. Let me rephrase that. Every time that I go to a restaurant and gratuity is included in the bill, I am like, oh my God, why don't more restaurants fucking do this shit to save me the goddamn headache? No app has figured out how to just figure out the splitting of the checks and the tips and this and that, and I fucking hate it. I think the 6-person minimum for the included gratuity is bullshit. I think it should be, me and Michael going out to lunch, me and you going out to lunch, Michael. I can't stand thinking about the tip.
Well, it's not like you ever leave a fucking tip when I'm with you. Who foots the bill when we go out to eat?
No, you always treat me to lunch and dinner, but I'd like to just say this: I always offer to pay.
Right, you offer to pay when the lady has when the lady has the gold card in her hand. You're like, oh, I'll pay.
Yeah, okay, so I happen to use the restroom when the bill comes. I can't help that I have a sensitive bladder.
Okay, well, 58% of the people agree, and 42% of the people disagree on that question. All right, I don't trust anyone who doesn't drink. That's a stupid question. I'm not even answering that.
That's a fucking dumb question. What is this, like a fifth grader or like a fucking little frat bro? Yeah, bro.
Here's one.
Yeah.
Being rich
fucker.
Let me get the question out, Dean.
Sorry, I got heated about that question.
Can I get the next question out? The next Truey.
Yeah, continue.
Can I get the fucking question out?
Yeah, I was giving you the fucking shot to do it. I'm just saying okay.
Okay. I've cried in public before. 78% of the people agree, 22% of the people disagree. Have you cried in public before?
Public as in like all eyes are on me, or just like
my man, there's no question within the question, my man. You know what the fuck public means. Yes. I have. Yes, that's it. Don't ask a question within the Truey question. The app
you
doesn't.
Asked me, motherfucker.
Huh?
You asked me the question. No, you asked me the question. What do you want me to just no? Yes.
I ask you the question. I don't want a fucking question to my question. 78% of the people have. Motherfucker, 78% of the people have cried in public. 22% of the people haven't. Nobody actually like.
Where do you lie in that?
I've cried in pub. I cry all the time. I cry when I cry all the time.
I cry every time I have to meet up with you. So like it happens a lot.
Dean.
What?
Dean, no one thinks that's funny. No one thinks that.
What do you mean? I'm not. All right, just go to the next question then.
Someone has my name tattooed on their body. Yup. Yes, sir.
Someone has. I think you do.
No.
Like Rapaport, right?
Somebody has my name, Mike Rapp. I actually think it's either Mike Rapp or White Mike. Somebody does have that name tattooed on that ass. That's real talk, my man.
Oh, really?
That's real talk, my man.
Yeah. Okay, how about this for real talk? I don't know if you saw the Twitter photo, but someone has my face, detailed face on their chest.
There's no way that's real.
Bitch.
There's no way that's real.
Yeah, it is. They were a big fan of just, my work. And
I don't believe that. No one would do that. Never.
Well, no, it happened. There's photographic evidence on it.
You send that to me. 15% of the people can say yes, somebody has their name tattooed on their body. And 85% of the people cannot have that as a claim to fame. Here's the last Truey question. Shut the fuck up, Dean, please.
Jeez, go.
Here's the last question of this section. I have never shot a firearm. I disagree. I have shot a firearm.
You and I have shot firearms together.
Yep. So 69% of the people have shot firearms like us.
69.
What was that funny? Are you in the fucking 9th grade?
No, I graduated. No.
Well, when I said
Why?
69, you're
You'd
like
probably
69.
like it if I was in the 9th grade, wouldn't you?
Oh my god. All right, that's the Truey section of the week. Dean, I want to tell you something. I'm going to keep it real with you. You should be very clear that it is a privilege to be on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast.
I used to be very clear about that, and then everyone banned me and started just shit-talking me, and then you banned me, and then I didn't show up here, and I was totally banned, never fucking come back. And, like, now I'm just like, why do I want to be on the fucking thing then? No one wants me there. I don't want to be where I'm not fucking welcome.
Okay, you know what? Fuck this shit, man. I
do. I like it, and I respect the podcast. I'm just saying, like, I wish people... Like I've already said, I feel like I say this every fucking time I'm on the show. I wish people would greet me with open arms.
Hey, motherfucker! You know what? Here's open arms. You were invited to the platinum party. About 20 people said to me, "Where's the young shooter?" I said, "He's on the way." Boom. Now you know what you get. You know what you get now? You get click, you little prick, you. I had to hang up on this fucking guy. I'm sorry. It's just ungrateful. He didn't show up for the platinum party, which I totally forgot until we started talking about it. So I had to hang up on my friend Dean Collins, aka the young shooter. He needs to get his whole program together. All right, coming up, I got my man Mark Feinsand talking all A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. And I just want to remind you again, over 30 million people have nail fungus. That's roughly 10% of the U.S. population, which is forced to treat nail fungus in a painfully or risk major side effects. Unfortunately, nail fungus does not go away on its own. Thankfully, now there's Clear Touch technology, Radiancy. The makers of Clear Touch make medical aesthetic devices for the professional industry that treat dermatological conditions. The technology in Clear Touch is LHE, light and heat energy. All you have to do is place the simple and painless device on the nail that needs treatment. Twice a day is all you need to see results. Once in the morning, once at night. This works on fingers and toenails. Nail fungus is no laughing matter, and it should not be shamed. Did you know that untreated foot fungus can be transmitted to your partner while you sleep? Ugh. Don't do it to your partner. Your partner doesn't want your nail fungus. Take care of this issue today. Visit www.clearmyfungus.com to purchase this revolutionary technology or call 800-910-5590. That's 800-910-5590. Nail fungus, I'm making light of it sometimes. It's nothing to be ashamed of, and it's a serious thing. Treat it today. Go to clearmyfungus.com. The I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, and as I told you earlier, we have New York Daily News reporter Mark Feinsand on the show. I'm going to call him. He's actually, I believe, in Boston, covering the Yankees and covering Alex Rodriguez's last couple of moments as a New York Yankee player. We talk about the fact that we don't really give too much shits about baseball, but obviously, love the Yankees. Grew up loving the Yankees, and A-Rod is one of the few baseball players who transcend sports. His entire career, on the field, off the field, has been covered and talked about and discussed. And my man Mark here, he has covered him his entire 12 years as a Yankee. So he's a New York dude. He's going to give us his insight take and break down A-Rod as a New York Yankee and as a baseball player and as sort of an icon, because good, bad, or indifferent, A-Rod is an icon. So I'm calling my man Mark Feinsand right now.
What's up, man?
Yo, Mark, it's Michael Rapaport. You are now live on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. How you doing, my man?
Mike Rapp, how's it going, my man?
It's going good, man. It's going good. Where are you in Boston?
I'm at Fenway Park.
You're actually at Fenway Park right now?
right now.
And is there an actual New York Yankees Boston Red Sox game going on right now?
There certainly is.
Those motherfuckers. Are you fucking serious, man? Like, so let me ask you a question. I mean, I'm sure you've been to many games up there, but like, what are those people like up there? Are those fans that first of all, how many white people are there up there right now watching this game with Boston Red Sox gear on with no lips? Just give it to me straight.
A lot. A majority of the percentage here.
All right. Well, let's jump into this. So obviously the big news, with the Yankees and in baseball right now is A-Rod. First of all, what is the reception of the Fenway faithful been for A-Rod? This is his last appearance up there.
Well, up here they've been booing the hell out of him because that's what Boston fans do. They hate A-Rod. They always have. They always will. And, they were able to give some nice ovations to Mariano Rivera and Derek Jeter when they were retiring. But A-Rod is a completely different situation. The boos Wednesday night when he pinch hit were about as loud as I've heard in this ballpark.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. They can't stand him. He's got a different thing. Remember, he was supposed to come to Boston. He almost got traded here before he got traded to the Yankees. That didn't happen. And then he went to the Yankees. So he goes to the rivals. He gets into a fight with their captain, Jason Varitek. He looked like a punk slapping the ball out of Bronson Arroyo's hand during the playoffs in 2004. So fans here they just have no use for him. And, he's a guy who will get booed every time he comes to this ballpark forever.
And so you've covered A-Rod for the New York Daily News for 12 years. Am I correct?
Yeah, I've covered him for his entire career in New York. I was to the MLB.com at first, and then the last 10 years for the Daily News.
So in 25 years, if you have grandkids and they say, who is Alex Rodriguez? How will you describe Alex Rodriguez to a 12-year-old 25 years from now? Like, what do you think the lasting sort of legacy will be of this guy? Like, as an overall baseball player and as a figure in sports.
I think I'd say he was one of the most talented players I've ever seen who cheated fans of a chance to see how great he could have been had he not ever used any performance-enhancing drugs. Because, you watch this guy from the time he was a teenager, it was clear that he was as talented as any player we've ever seen. And, I wish we'd gotten to see his whole career, without the taint of the steroids because I still, would he be on the brink of 700 home runs? Maybe not, but he would have over 6, and it would have been a clean 600. So, it's a shame covering him for a tabloid in New York. He's been one of the more interesting and strange people to cover as well. But if you're talking about telling a 12-year-old about that, I'd probably wait till he was a little older before I got into some of those hijinks.
Well, what are some of what is the top 3, top 5 sort of off the field things, incidents, craziness, disappointments that you can recall A-Rod, being a part of? Like I know he dated Madonna. There's the stuff about the strippers, the kissing in the mirror. Like, what are some of the things that you could say?
Well, you just said a few of them. Dating Madonna was certainly, she was 10, 15 years older than him, and they were dating, and it was just a very strange couple. And I think it was when he was dating Madonna that it came out that he had a painting in his bedroom at home of a centaur with him as the body, and just weird stuff. Photo shoot for a magazine where he was kissing himself in a mirror.
Oh, shit.
Like you said, he got caught with a photograph of the stripper while he was still married in Toronto, and to see that play out on the front pages of the papers, that's got to be a pretty uncomfortable situation if you're a guy who's coming home from the road trip to your wife and kids. So,
right.
Just a lot of off-field drama, the kind of drama that, your legendary stickman, Mr. Jeter, never found himself embroiled in.
Okay, now you brought up a very, very, very important point. Okay, now I know Ryan Ruocco. And
yes, I do very well.
And obviously, Derek Jeter, we've talked about him being the consummate stickman, a great stickman. Now, we can say what we want to say about A-Rod on the field and off the field, the steroids, and I want to get into that. Now this is just a straight-up question here. You covered A-Rod, you covered Jeter. who do you think will go down in history as a greater stickman? Because we could say what we want about A-Rod and the cheating and the this and that, but he covered a lot of ground. He laid it down. I mean, he put some work in. He unfolded the loaf before he was a Yankee, and he did great things as a stickman. We're talking about Madonna, Cameron Diaz, correct?
Yep, Kate Hudson. Is there anyone other big? Tori Wilson.
Okay,
WWE diva.
Yeah. Is there any other name brand ones? Because we could talk about the name brand.
See, the one place where I think the two of them differ the most when it comes to this area is that Alex was married for several years during his career, whereas Derek waited until after his career to get married. And the one thing I always admired about Derek was he didn't get married when he was a player. So you know what? Paparazzi wants to stake him out and photograph him with a woman. That's fine. I'm a single guy. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm Derek Jeter.
Alex ended up getting photographed, and it ended up, causing a lot of commotion in his life.
All right. Well, then we don't need you to pick sides. I think the verdict has already been reached. Derek Jeter. It's hard to top him. Is there any chance of Alex Rodriguez making it into the Hall of Fame?
I think there's a chance. I don't think it'll happen immediately. I think the one thing that he's got going for him is time, and that's he won't be on the ballot for 5 years until 5 years after he's retired. So there'll be a little time for people to sort of assess his career, and a lot of the other PED guys will have been voted on before him, and Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Manny Ramirez. So you'll get a measuring stick of where he lands by seeing those guys. But honestly, I think one big thing that could help the steroids guys. Mike Piazza got into the Hall of Fame last year, and while he was never a proven steroid guy, I think a lot of people thought he used.
Right.
And, I would never say that a guy used if there was no proof against him, because it's not my place. I'm certainly not here to play that role. But there is a big perception out there that Piazza was a user, and now he's in the Hall of Fame. So that may lead some voters who are iffy on the subject to say, you know what, if Piazza's in the Hall of Fame, why wouldn't this guy be in or that guy be in? So I'll be interested to see how this all plays out. Plus, as voters get younger, I think they get a little more tolerant of it, and that could help some of these steroid guys too. So I don't think it's impossible. I would say the odds are against Alex getting in, but it's not impossible.
If he never, just based on his numbers, because I'm not a big baseball guy, but just based on his numbers and stats, if there was no steroids, just based on numbers, is A-Rod a first ballot Hall of Famer without all the craziness?
Oh, if he had these numbers with no steroid controversy, he'd be not only a first ballot Hall of Famer, but probably considered one of the 3 or 5 best players in the history of the game. The numbers he's put up, he's hit more home runs than anybody in the game except for Bonds, Aaron, and Bruce. 2,000 runs scored, 2,000 RBI. He's got second most RBIs of all time behind Hank Aaron. This guy's got monster numbers, but obviously the steroids taint them to some degree.
When is it proven that he first started using them? Was he using them before he came to New York, or did New York, the bright lights, the big city, fucking run him into the ground like it's run some other people into the ground?
He admitted to first using them in Texas from 2001 to 2003.
Shit.
Before there was actually testing, and then the testing came into play in 2004. They did some like experimental testing in 2003 to see how bad the problem was, and that was the test he failed that got leaked out that wasn't supposed to get leaked. So he admitted to that. That's the same test that Big Papi supposedly failed, except that Big Papi had said all along, I didn't do it. And he never admitted to it, whereas Alex admitted to it. If that had been the only one against Alex, I think he had a better chance. But then, of course, 4 years ago, he got busted with this whole biogenesis scandal, which was a whole other, steroid scandal. And that's what ended up getting him suspended for the entire 2014 season. So he's got 2 steroid strikes against him, which is going to make it a little harder for him.
I'm sure you've come across him, you've interviewed him. What has been your sort of interaction with him over the years covering the Yankees?
The first 8, 9, 10 years, he was a difficult guy to get along with at times. He was, the ego was pretty big, and obviously he was the king of the world. He was one of the, not the best player in the game for a long time. One of the top 2 or 3. And it was he was sort of a larger-than-life personality in his own mind that it was tough to really get to know him and decide what was sincere. I think missing that year in 2014 with the suspension really humbled him to some extent. And for the past 2 years, 2015, 2016, I've seen a different guy. I've gotten to know him a little better. Our relationship's been a little better. And, I've actually enjoyed covering him these last 2 years because I think he finally realized a lot of the things that he had done wrong his first, 10 years in New York.
Do you? I'm sure your emotions have fluctuated and your feelings. Because I got to be honest, as much as I was like, fucking this guy is some piece of work, I kind of, and I know that I shouldn't, but I kind of feel bad for him in a way. Like, and I know he did it all to himself, and I don't feel bad for him like I'm saying I feel bad for a guy, who doesn't have, hands or feet. But I'm just saying, like, he fucked himself so much, and to sort of fall from grace so much, I feel bad for him. You know what I mean? Like, how do you feel? Because obviously you love baseball and you care about baseball and specifically the Yankees. How do you feel about him now? And how bad did it get for you? Like where was it and where is it now?
The way that this all has gone in the last month, when they stopped playing him, and now they told him they're releasing him this weekend, and after he plays his last game at home. They've kind of turned him into a sympathetic figure. I don't think you're alone in feeling bad for him. Look, you feel as bad as you can feel for a guy who's made $400 million playing baseball for a living.
Wait. He made $400 million?
Yeah, he signed a $252 million contract with Texas that he opted out of after the 7th year, and then signed a new 10-year deal worth $275 with the Yankees. So when all is said and done, he'll have made about $400 million in salary just on the baseball field alone. So like I said, you feel as bad as you can feel for a guy with $400 million in the bank, because it's not like he's suffering at home. But for a guy who's been a top-notch athlete, and not the way that guys want their careers to end, and certainly the way that this has all gone down in the last month, you feel for him for having to go through it, but at the same time, like I said, life will go on for him.
Yeah, fuck, shit. I didn't know. When I thought he only made $252 million, I was kind of had a weeping heart. But now that it was $400 million, I don't give a.
Forget that.
Yeah, shit. You know what I mean? 250. It's like, okay, you fucked yourself. You only got 250 in the bank. One of the things that I think a lot of people are surprised about, because his persona and the way I don't even think it's persona. The way he carries himself and the way he's handled the press throughout the years, even before the steroids, this sort of standoffish thing, and sort of false emotions that I felt that I see, and I think a lot of people see. I got to say, I think when I've seen him broadcast games and commentate games, I think he's surprisingly very good. You wouldn't think it, besides all the steroid shit, because he seems so sort of egotistical, but obviously he knows baseball. But the way he articulates himself as a commentator and a broadcaster, I think that they could really sort of change his second part of his life and the second part of his career as a broadcaster. I think he really changed things for him. What do you think about him as a broadcaster and a commentator?
I agree with you, Mike. I think, you look at what he did in the World Series last year. He was really good on Fox. He was surprisingly good. And I will say this. He knows more about baseball than anybody I've ever met. I've been covering this game for 16 years, and I've never met a person that sees little intricacies in the game that people who've been around this game their whole life would be like, wow, I didn't even notice that. Mm-hmm. He's a real student of the game, and if that ends up serving him in coaching, I don't think he'll go into coaching or managing, although next year, right now, if he doesn't play, the plan is he's going to work with some of the Yankees minor leaguers, instructing and advising the minor league system, which I think would be a great benefit for some of those kids. Imagine being a 19, 20-year-old minor leaguer and you got A-Rod helping teach you the game. And that's something. Yeah. But I think he will do more broadcasting. My guess is we'll see him doing the World Series again for Fox this year, and then maybe more for them going forward. But no, he's very good. He's articulate, and he can articulate points of the game from a viewpoint that very few people can. But there are very few people who have been as good at this game as he is.
Right. I agree. All right, Mark, listen, I'm going to let you go. I'm glad you finally, were able to do it on the podcast. I appreciate it. I would love to have you back. And maybe when I'm in New York, we do it in person. I know you're up there in Boston and Fenway. Please just accidentally drop a drink on one of these fucks, okay? And well, I'm not saying cause a fight, and don't do it to any women or kids, but if you see one of these fucking guys red-faced, all bent out of shape, heckling, booing. Oops, you could apologize. Get them a new drink, something like that. But just do something, man. Make your mark. Break their fucking balls a little bit. Will you please?
Well, I'll tell you this. I heard this right before you called. So right now, while the Yankees are playing the Red Sox, the Patriots are playing their first exhibition game. I know how much you love Tom Brady and the Patriots. So there are like 3 guys in the press box who are, Patriots fans who are paying attention on the computer, and they're all bitching and moaning about how bad Garoppolo looks.
I'm going to tell you right now.
And I'm just sitting there going,
I've been watching it. He looks like shit. The Patriots are in deep shit the first 4 games. He looks like shit.
And they're talking about it like it's the end of the world. I'm like, really? You people have had more success with your football team than anybody else in the last 15 years, and I want to listen to you complain about the first 4 games of the season? Come on.
Yeah, you don't get any sympathy from me, but he looks crazy out there. He looks like a bad version of Tim Tebow. When he looks nuts so far. He looks terrible. And you know how usually the quote-unquote starting quarterback doesn't get many reps in preseason? Garoppolo is going to be getting all the reps the entire preseason because they're just going to be hoping to see something better, and I don't think it's going to happen. So that's something we have to look forward to.
Well, there you go. So there's something happy to look forward to as a Patriot hater, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mark, I appreciate you coming on, and I'll talk to you soon, and hopefully we could do one in person in New York.
Appreciate the time. Love the podcast, man.
Thank you, Mark. I'll talk to you soon, my man.
All right, man.
This is the Rapaport podcast, and we out.